Hello guys, so today I'm not my usual self. I just wanted to talk about something a bit more serious and more like crisis related, I should say. But you know how at the end of my live stream yesterday, if you came, I talked about like how you can be anything and don't let other people drag you down and nothing can stop you from doing what you love. And I know that that's a true thing, but I have to switch hands. But I just realized that I saw a Google commercial that was like hashtag crisis something. But you know how people are like, something happens, not like personally related with like, or with like, but with like their phone or something, like their phone dies, and then they're like just really worried, and then they're like, and then it gets like charged, and then they're like, oh, crisis averted. But that's not what I use that for. That's not what I use it for. I use it for more serious stuff. So today I just wanted to remind you that there can be stuff in the world that happens that we don't all like to hear or something like that. So you guys all know about Hurricane Michael and what happened with it and Hurricane Florence. And although I don't have any family or friends living in where it happened, I still feel really bad for the people because there can be like thousands or 10,000s or even millions of people who lost their homes. And it sucks. Because although my state didn't get hit or anything, it's still really sad to hear, especially for the people who live in that state, because like they could be out on the streets now. And I feel bad. I really feel bad. So today I just wanted to talk about like what I would like to do to help the world, because there are things that can happen in the world that no one really wants to hear about, and like Hurricane Michael and Florence, because hurricanes, tornadoes, fires, even bad guys are the worst. I'm just going to say the initials for this district, not the whole district thing. No, I'm not going to say it. But one of the districts in Wisconsin, I'm not going to say it because it's a district that I know and it's the city that I live in, and I don't want to do that stuff. I don't want to say that stuff. But one of the school districts in Wisconsin does this thing called ALICE, which stands for Alert, Lockdown, Inform, Counter, and Evacuate. So ALICE drills are what you do in case a bad guy comes. And the school district does the practice like every Friday, and the teachers inform their students about what happens. I know that because I've gotten papers sent home about it. But it's just a really good way of figuring out how to keep yourself safe, because, you know, teachers say that our lives are more important than theirs, and that is very true. Because for like kindergarteners, that could be scary. That could be really scary, especially for little 5 and 6 year olds. their lives are needed in this world to be happy. So Alice drills are one thing, and then fires. That's why we have fire drills. That's why we have fire drills. That's the only thing I have to say about fires. So we have fire drills. Tornadoes. Everybody knows what tornadoes can do. Everyone knows that they can swoop up anything in their path, and they're super duper, I don't even know what the word is. But I've heard, this is just off point, but this is what you do if you're near a ditch and you're in your car and you're in a tornado. So if you're near a ditch and you're in your car and you're in a tornado, get out of your car, get into the ditch, and go in like the tornado position. I don't know if I can do it right now, but get into that tornado position, because that'll save your life. Because tornadoes go over things. I wouldn't think that it would just be like going and then back up again. But no, it just goes, not even caring that you're there. I don't get it either, but apparently it works. I've never been in a tornado because, once again, Wisconsin does not have tornadoes, or we still practice tornado drills. Tornado drills are still important, even if you live in a state that doesn't have tornadoes, or doesn't get tornadoes, I should say. It's still good to practice in case one does come. So that's the only thing I have to say about drills. Now, hurricanes. Wisconsin doesn't get hurricanes or doesn't have hurricanes, but I know other states in the United States have them. Everyone knows that. But I don't really know what to say. But we all know what happened in North Carolina. We all know what happened in Hawaii. And volcanoes. Let me just talk about volcanoes for a minute. I've never been in a volcano. I've never seen a volcano. I've never looked at a volcano. I've never heard a volcano. But I can tell they're bad. Hawaii has many of them. I don't know even what tornadoes do. Not tornadoes. Well, I know that volcanoes produce islands. But aren't islands supposed to be here? I don't know. I have no idea. Did you know that the capital of Hawaii is Honolulu? I knew that. My teeth white. Should I just talk like this without showing the top half of my face? Or like for the rest of my videos? I feel like in my early stages of videos, I could be like this instead of just like this. I feel like I could go like this in my earlier stages of videos, because then you wouldn't see the top half of my face. You would only see the bottom half. But I won't do that. But back to volcanoes. So volcanoes can also hurt places. I know that. That's the only thing I know. Tsunamis. Tsunamis are caught. Now, I'm just giving you information I learned from a book about tsunamis. So, tsunamis are caused by, I think it was hurricanes, and they're caused in the water. And I heard this one story, I think it was like in 2001. This girl was at the beach with her family, and a tsunami was hitting. So tsunamis are caused by big waves, and tsunamis hit because of big waves in the water, and they are just big waves in the water that come like shooting, and they're huge, and they're like 50 meters probably. I don't know what a meter is. Keep that in mind. I don't use the metric system of measurement. Do you like my new earrings? But yeah, I think I'm just gonna go like this for the rest of the video. Go like this. Or like this. But yeah, tsunamis are caused by big waves. And they are big waves. Just trying to keep my pop socket ready. I got a new pop socket yesterday. But tsunamis are caused by big waves, and everyone knows that. But it's good to be prepared for them. And then, you know, natural disasters are hit everywhere. There is some type of natural disaster in every part of the world. Every part of the world, even rainstorms sometimes, thunderstorms, because they can shut down power. They can strike people with lightning. I mean, even just a simple rainstorm can flood. Did any of you guys see or hear what happened to Lake Michigan? So I think it was like last year, because I learned this in 2017. So there was a really bad rainstorm, I think, with Lake Michigan, and it interfered with Lake Michigan, and the water in the lake just came up, and it like threw the sand from the park, because over by Lake Michigan there's a park. So it threw the sand all the way, and it hit the brick wall, and it even flooded some houses. I saw some pictures of the houses being like halfway in the water, or like falling in the water, and it was really bad. But now that it's all over, that's one natural disaster that can happen in the state of Wisconsin. That's one natural disaster that can happen. But I don't know why I'm saying but so much. Natural disasters are a thing. So just keep that in mind. Hit your save button if you have one. So natural disasters are a real thing, and they're horrible, but here's a nice point. If anyone knows about the American Red Cross, everyone should, but I'm just going to tell you a bit about them. So the Red Cross is, well, first, let me tell you the symbols of the Red Cross. If you see anyone or like a truck, a backpack with the Red Cross, if it's like white with the Red Cross on it, then those people are volunteers to work for the Red Cross. Because what the Red Cross does is they help people in need of crisis. And so, say if there's a hurricane, this is just an example. So, like, say if there's a hurricane in North Carolina again, and it was really bad and it wiped out a lot of people's homes. So what the Red Cross would do is they would come to you and give you food, water, shelter, anything you need to live life until you can like get a new house, or until you can get something new. The Red Cross will take care of you. They will take care of you, and they're so great. I don't really know a lot about the Red Cross, but I know that they are like saviors to people. They're like another Jesus. But they are saviors to people, and that's why anyone should help. That's why anyone. And then lifeguards. That's why we have police officers. Even attorneys. Attorneys are good to have. But we're not here to talk about laws or attorneys. We're here to talk about natural disasters. And I just want to make this, I know my videos are long, but I want to make this part kind of about yourself. The last 5 minutes, I'll make this part about yourself and love yourself and that you shouldn't hate yourself and that no one hates you. So if you're struggling with like low self-esteem, anxiety, or depression, it'll just brush it off. Just brush it off, and that's all it is to it. Just brush it off, kind of. Try and be your normal self. Like, if you like playing soccer, go out and play soccer. If you like art, just be a drawing maniac. Go ahead, be a drawing machine. What comforts me is my cat, usually. Whenever I'm upset, I always like to just hold on to my cat or watch YouTube videos and snuggle with her. She just really comforts me. Violet really comforts me. What also comforts me is just sitting for some reason and just talking to myself. Talking to myself about what I did or what's wrong. It's just really comforting for some people. And I have self-control issues. That's the thing I have trouble with, is self-control. Some people may have trouble with loss. Some people may having trouble with self-esteem. Some people have trouble with anxiety. And even though it may seem hard right now, it's really never going to get better. But if you just go out, be yourself, do what you like, then it's going to end up going away most of the time, and it'll only come certain moments of your life. So, like, this is an example. Say one of your friends or family members is struggling with anxiety. You can take them out and do what they like to do, or they can do what they like to do. You can just do something with them. So I'm going to take this as an example. If I had anxiety or if I get stressed out easily, then what some people do, one of my teachers said this one year. So what she says is, go out in the hall, count to 60, get water, go to the bathroom, walk around for a bit, and then come back when you're ready. I'd count to 6 quadrillion. I'd count to 6 quadrillion before I was ready. And by go out in the hall and count to 60, that means go out in the hall, think about what you did for a minute. But you know, self-esteem is really a good thing to have, and I even made Gacha Life characters on different emotions. I did happiness and low self-esteem because I did 2 sad and like 1 happy and 1 overjoyed. By the overjoyed, I mean is narcissism. If you don't know what narcissism is, it's just like when you're over full of yourself and you're just cocky and you're just not yourself, and you're like boasty and you show off to people, that's narcissism. Low self-esteem is when you're not self-conscious or you hate yourself, or that's low self-esteem. And then depression is just when you're sad all the time, and everyone knows what depression is. You're just sad all the time, but happiness is you're always happy. Everyone knows that. And we all have these emotions. We all have these moments in our life. We all have all of these. And just love yourself. Be proud to be American, Mexican, Canadian, any culture you are, any color, any size, any shape. Love yourself. And also be proud of those who survived those natural disasters. But most importantly, love yourself and think others love you too. Because if you think that, then it's really going to be true. You really am going to love yourself. Take my advice. Take my advice. It will help you greatly. And although it may seem like not great advice, it is. Love yourself.